All right. I'm back. I need to train myself to not look there, to actually look here. Because when I look there, I ain't talking to y'all. But when I look here, I'm talking to y'all. So anyways, hi guys. I'm kidding. I don't speak like that. I still speak normally, but I did catch the accent, so I can switch it on and off. Just ask me and I will do a show for you. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nokuhle C-A-S-A. Give me some noise. I don't know. Even my iPad, the way I'm so obsessed with the addition to my name. Even my iPad, I don't know if you guys can see. Let me see if you guys can see. It says Nokuhle Khumalo C-A-S-A. Do you see? No, but shame. Wrong person got this. I'm kidding. I'm just glad that it's done. If I'm being honest, I'm glad that it's done because now I can begin to do other things that I actually want to do, because it's like when you set a goal, now you must see it through. Man, tired.
Hello stranger, it's been a minute since we last kicked it. And by the way, just got in town, and I won't let cumulus clouds all in the sky ruin my vibe. Usually I don't do this often, but since recruiting isn't an option due to unusual rain and thunder, baby, I wonder, put your sweats on for me.
Anyways, it's been a long 3 months. I know you guys probably think you missed me more than I missed you guys, but I missed you guys. There is not I don't want to say a day, but there was not a week that went by that I didn't think of my YouTube channel or my subscribers. Or by the way, I am doing like a young American series on my YouTube channel. Obviously I know you guys are not here for like vlogs and stuff, but I still want to post them because remember, this is my journey, my channel, and I went to America, worked in America, was in America for 3+ months, toured a bit, so obviously I want to share it on my channel. So if that's not what you're here for, it's okay, you can maybe skip this. I will be posting like normal finance things in between, but for now, can you guys please entertain me, because I've got a whole season. Today's episode is basically just to explain why I was there, how I did it. It's kind of the boring episode, but I know you guys love me, and I know you guys have missed me, so you guys will watch even if it is the boring one. But what I'm planning to do is just explain how I got there, what I did, and then the other episodes are like, come to work with me, let's go do groceries, unboxing, what else, like vlogs of all the different places I've visited, because I was placed in Philadelphia, right? So now I'm explaining already. I was placed in Philadelphia, but I ended up working for the New York office, so I went to New York quite a lot as well. And then I did a bit of travel, so I went to Washington, D.C., Chicago, Los Angeles, and obviously Philadelphia and New York. So I kind of did like a nice tour, I could say, So I'll even do a video of like how to like kind of travel on a budget, because yikes. Hey, let me tell you something about being abroad. It's very intense, because when the money finishes, if it needs it, there's nothing you can do. No one can send you an e-wallet because you're using a whole different bank account. So I'm gonna tell you guys what to do, what not to do. Like, I think I'm in my solo traveling era, so like all these brand collabs, if you guys want like a solo traveler, hit me up. But I'd also prefer it to be like 2 people, because I realized I am not a solo traveler. Like, I can do it, but I'd rather not. So let's talk about the what was I going to do there. So as you guys know, I was doing my articles, so I was trying to become a CASA, which I am now. Okay, Anyways, so when you work for the big four, so the big four is Deloitte, PwC, EY, or KPMG, they usually have, I think BDO also does it actually, sorry, BDO also does it. So it's not kind of the big five, but it's not official yet. So anyways, when you work for these big audit companies, what usually happens is that they have like an exchange program. It's not really an exchange because it's not like the people from America come to South Africa, because I'll kind of tell you why later on, so stick around with this series. I'll tell you why I don't think it would work like if it was a complete switch. But anyways, they actually don't come here, but we always go there. So what happens is, because there's busy season in our industry, so there's always like, you know, January, February is usually like a really crazy season because a lot of companies have a year end of 31 December. And also I think July, August, September is also quite a busy time because a lot of companies have a 30 June, so 6 months into the year end. So what happens is they'll use resources that they have globally and bring them across into these bigger firms, the US, the UK, the Netherlands. I don't know if it falls under the UK, guys. But anyways, what happens is they'll take us from South Africa, they'll move us across to these companies, to these countries, I mean, where we're going to go help out with the load. Because there's a staff shortage globally, like across globally, there is a shortage. And that's why I like what I do. Actually, no, scratch that. That's why I like the industry I'm in, because you will never not have a job because everybody wants you. They take us to go and help out with the workload, and what usually happens is everyone who's done their articles has an opportunity to do this. So it's not like a wow, once in a million opportunity. But let me tell you something, ever since COVID, ever since a lot of things have changed, actually even Brexit, I don't know if you guys remember Brexit all those years ago, a lot of things always change. So, you know, I remember Brexit affected a couple of people who were going to go to the UK a while ago with other firms. But now with COVID, I think COVID has impacted like people actually being brought across, because I mean, you can work from wherever in the world. So now there's no incentive for the employers in the US to actually bring you across. Like, oh, you want to work for the US? That's cute, sweetheart. You can work from South Africa. We will send you a laptop, right? You're cheaper when you're in South Africa anyways. But anyways, luckily, my company, Deloitte, see, I'm going to promote them for the first time in my whole life. Deloitte has quite a nice program. It's called JIT, Just in Time, where they actually facilitate the entire thing, like the whole process. It's like a step. They hold your hand and they take you across. And even when you're across in the US, they make sure that, oh, did you land safely? Oh, do you have this? Do you have this? They give you tips. There's workshops. There's a lot. So they actually do help. And I'm saying this and I'm actually like thanking them, because I have friends in other firms and not all the firms had an opportunity to do this. Like, I was kind of shocked, because that's the only reason a lot of us actually even do this. That's the only reason we do articles, or we push through them, because they're like, oh, I'm going to go international after this. So when a couple of companies are like, usually, because we usually only go for 3 months. Some people do 18 months, okay? I didn't want that big of a commitment. I was not ready. I was actually tired. Like, I crossed that finish line exhausted. So I knew 18 months was not going to work for me, especially away from home. Also, I've got other things that I'm trying to do, like outside of audit. So 18 months was just too long of a commitment. Anyway, some people did choose 18 months. Shout out to them.
So difference between the 3 and the 18-month contract is the duration, of course. And then accommodation is not paid for by the company if you're on the 18 months package. The salary is also usually higher for 18 months, and you also get a relocation fee. However, if you fail to complete the 18 months, the employee is expected to pay back a portion of the relocation cost, depending on, you know, how many more months they still owe. And then there are also limited locations that are offered for 18 months.
Cool. So that's how a lot of trainees go abroad. It's nothing special. Almost everyone has an opportunity to go. It's either you choose to not go, or if you're not performing well in South Africa, then they kind of ask you to not go. They actually kind of stop you, because if you're not performing well in South Africa, when you get abroad, you're going to bring a bad reputation on like the quality of South Africa's work. So if you don't get like average or good ratings, then you're not going to go. So don't do nonsense on your audits. Like, actually work hard, because it's very tough when people don't get the chance to go abroad when it's like basically a free trip, right? Okay, cool. And then on to the choice of where I went. I chose Philadelphia, and I actually asked all my close friends. I was like, guys, what should I choose? Please don't say New York, because New York is known to have crazy long hours. And I ended up choosing, so you have 3 options. And I chose Los Angeles, LA, Hollywood, come on. Then my second option was Philadelphia. Then my third option was San Francisco. See, I wish I knew geography a lot more, because I probably should have put San Fran as my option number 2. Because you kind of get your options based on your rating. And like, if you have a strong rating, you usually get your first option. And at the time when it was being selected, I think my rating was fine, but I wasn't like the best or anything. So obviously I didn't get my first choice, but they gave me my second choice. And I called that lady and I said, hey, please give me my third. She's like, hi, bo, why would I give you your third when your second was Philly? So I kind of shot myself in the foot there. But nonetheless, I chose Philly. And the reason I chose Philadelphia is because when I looked at the map, it was close to New York and it was close to Washington, D.C. And I said it would be nice to be able to do 3 states in one go. So that's why I chose Philadelphia. I have no interest in Philadelphia. I did not know what Philadelphia was about, literally. And to be honest, I still don't know what Philadelphia is about. Like, I wouldn't recommend people to just go visit Philadelphia. Like, I'm sorry. I didn't even know that the Philly cheesesteak was a thing. And when I tried it, oh my gosh, disappointing. But let's continue. So I chose Philly. But what ended up happening is that because of my experience, they wanted me in New York. And also because of the shortage in New York, they wanted me in New York. So I ended up working for a New York client with a New York senior manager and a New York partner. Which was kind of great. Like, I'm glad that happened-ish. I just wish that they had actually just moved me to New York as well. Because to me, it felt like I was working for Johannesburg but living in Bloemfontein. So I didn't like that. Like, if you know you need me in Johannesburg, just move me to Johannesburg. Let me see the lights. Let me wake up to Times Square, because that's where people were placed. They were placed in quite a nice place in New York. So it was like, I didn't appreciate that I lived in Bloemfontein but I worked for Johannesburg type of thing. But anyways, also now talking about the when did I go? So I actually only was in the US for 3 months, but you know, going to America is a very long process, so it starts way before 3 months, which is why I keep saying I'm so glad our company held our hand and walked us through it, because I think that's why a lot of people who aren't being like handheld just leave it, because you can forget there's a visa application, then there's a visa appointment, then it's a lot, and you pay a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
So, cost breakdown, the company pays for quite a lot. So they pay for your return flight, and then you can actually choose where you're flying back from. They pay for your accommodation, fully furnished, for 3 months. It's usually like in a hotel setting. They pay for your visa interview, which is about $500, and then obviously they pay you your salary and living allowance. And then as an individual, you pay for your visa booking fee. They reimburse you this, but you have to have it like upfront. And then your international license, if you want one, you don't need to get one. I actually didn't use it, but I'm glad I still had it. Also, it wasn't too expensive. And then obviously suitcases and clothing, that's all on you. And then they ask you to bring money to settle in. Like, it's approximately $500, which is less than 10,000 Rand, because you only get paid 2 weeks after you start working, after you arrive in the US. So you kind of need to have some money to eat and like sort of live by. And then international adapters, travel pillows, that's all on you. Ubers from the airport, you pay for it obviously on your card, but they reimburse you. And then travel insurance is also on you. Please guys, do not like cheap out on travel insurance. You need travel insurance. This is not something that you can leave out. You'd rather not have like breakfast one day. I don't know.
Cool. We had a couple of partners who came in and told us about how their JIT experience was when they went abroad. It was so cute. It was funny. But also I realized that they're a bit kind of old, because they had the time of their lives, okay? And I'm not saying we didn't, but for us it was like But I also realized it depends on where you stay.
Alright, so let's talk about the steps. Step 1 is you actually apply internally for the position. Not everyone wants to go abroad because some people have been abroad, other people have other jobs at other firms, so they're already leaving. So you actually have to apply. Usually you get a choice of up to 3 locations, and the company tries to give you one of the 3, but sometimes you get something completely random, but you still have a choice to accept or decline. Step 2, you receive and you actually sign your offer, which is a contract stating your duration of 3 to 4 months, yada yada yada, blah blah. Step 3, lawyers begin preparing your visa documents. So the lawyers usually prepare quite a stack of documents that you take as support to the embassy to show that you actually have been invited to the US. Step 4, you book your visa appointment online. Step 5, you receive these documents from the lawyer and you attend your visa interview. And then step 6, you collect your passport with your approved visa in it approximately 7 days later from your interview.
And then for the actual visa appointment, because when you go to the US, there's actually a whole interview appointment, whatever. And with that visa appointment, all of the slots were full. Let's start there. But they told us just book whichever one. So my first appointment date was mid-January 2023, and I should have been in America already. And then they told us, no, every morning you guys must check the sites because some people cancel and then slots open up. And I checked one morning and there was a slot in November and I took it. So, you know, if you're also planning on going to the US and you can't find a visa date, just book any date. Like the closest date that's open, obviously, and then check every morning, like around 5-6 a.m. They usually are slots that open up. Even at 8 a.m. there are slots that open up, and that's because when you go to your appointment, your visa interview, you need to have all of your documents in order. So people will actually make an appointment, but then their documents take forever to get there, so then they have to move out. So when they move out the interviews, their slot opens. So I eventually got a nice slot. And then we got our paperwork. So my company had our whole paper. It was like massive stacks. And they came via FedEx from lawyers in America. And we took them along to the interview. We were told to dress smartly. Yo, guys, you know, going for your visa interview is a bit stressful because it's like you can't have your phone. You have to leave your phone by like where you enter. There's no place to park, so I had to go park at Santon City Mall, then walk across in heels. Anyways, just had your bank card and like your documents. Dress formally. There's long lines. There are long lines, and like there's a lot of people there. I saw Bontle, that celebrity Bontle Maricel. I forgot what her surname is. I saw her there and I was like, I wonder where she's going. Well, obviously I know the States, but I wonder for what? Because she dances, so I didn't think. And then a couple of months later, I saw her at the Rock Nation brunch. So she was invited by Beyonce and Jay-Z. So in my head, I was like, I knew you were going. But anyways, that was kind of nice. But everything else was boring. Oh, also the cutest thing happened. So I don't know if you guys remember that I was on that Standard Bank ad on TV. I don't watch a lot of TV, so I kind of forget that I've ever been on TV. But whilst we were standing there, this little kid kept walking towards me, then walking away. Then the kid would walk back to me and look at me again and then walk away. So I thought it was cute at first, and then I was like, what's happening? And you know, I don't know if you guys know about the superstition, like if kids are weirdly attracted to you, it could mean you're pregnant. So I was like, bro, I better not be pregnant. I'm going to America. But anyways, after like the 5th time this kid came, I greeted the kid. I was like, hi, hello, are you okay? And then the kid was like, oh yeah, nah, type of thing. Oh yeah, nah, it's her. Then I was like, what? I was so confused. And then the parents' kids and like the people around them started laughing. And they're like, sorry, he just recognized you from TV. I was like, that was my first like, oh my word, mama, I made it. This kid recognized me. Anyways, if you guys didn't see me on TV, it's okay. I also didn't see myself on TV, but people saw me. People sent me videos. So, you know, I'm kind of a big deal. Okay, moving on. Visa interview appointments. I even forgot what it's called. I expected a lot of drama. I thought we'd be taken into a room. You know, what are you going to do in the US? Tell us now. No, it was actually like as if you're going to a bank and you go to a teller. Literally, you could hear other people's interviews in progress. It was weird. It's like literally in a bank, you go to a teller, so you give this person all your documents, and they asked me a couple of questions. I think they were just tired by the time I got there. They asked me, where are you going? What are you going to do? How long have you been with your company? And the reason they asked me this is because the visa we had applied for was the L1B, so the L1 blanket visa, and that's for like specialized workers. And I remember even when our company was like coaching us for the visa interview, they were very specific to say, you guys need to mention that you are specialized workers, because you can't make it seem like what you're going to do at Deloitte you can just easily do at PwC. You need to show that you know the skills and the tools that we use in the company, which we kind of do. We are specialists, you know. I take it. So yeah, but it was very quick, and then they stamp, and then I was out. And that was the visa. It was nice. It was great. They took my passport, which I was a bit uncomfortable with, because I thought rule number 1, never part with your passport. But they obviously took it so that they could put the visa in there. And then they told me to pick it up at a DHL in Johannesburg, which I did. But yeah, I was very shocked. So now, guys, after work, I finished work on the 14th of December, my birthday. Once I was done with Deloitte Johannesburg, I had to now prepare to be moving to the States. No, it was only 3 months, but there was still quite a lot to do.
Alright, so final steps. Step 7, you just need to complete your work in your South African office and get your sign off. Step 8, I had to pack my entire apartment and terminate my lease, and I had to place everything I had in storage. Step 9, I had to buy suitcases, warm clothes, and also do my international license. This is pretty quick. Like with your international license, you just follow what the AA wants and you pay like $295. There's no additional test. They don't do any eye test. They don't tell you, they don't even give you like tips of which side of the road you should be driving on. So it's very quick. Yeah, it should be probably a lot more robust, but it's not. Step 10, send your important documents to 2 people you trust. This is just so that in case you have any emergency abroad, there are 2 people who have your details. This being where your apartment is, what apartment number, what your American number is, any emergency contact in America that they can reach to if they can't find you, you know, all those things. And then also the final step is that make sure you understand what you can and can't take through TSA. This is the like Travel Security of America, I think, TSA. But yeah, especially on your carry-on luggage, like you can't take any liquids, literally, well, rather any liquids above 100 mils. So if you take like a massive perfume, you will probably have to throw it out. So just be safe. Cool.
I got the plug, I made the call for free.